There's over 60 years of Fantastic Four. It's been one of the great teams in Marvel for a reason.
You know, when you start these projects, you start doing your research.
And as part of that homework, we did go back and look at the Corman Fantastic Four version. We watched it. We got excited about it. And, you know, Matt came into my office one day while we were prepping and he said, you know, it'd be really great to honor them somehow. We got to get them in this movie. And then shortly after, Kevin and I were chatting. I said, hey, Matt's got this idea about getting the original Fantastic Four in this movie. What do you think? And he said, oh, man, that's the coolest ever. And from that day forward, we were just honestly looking for the right opportunity. And we found it. They came in. That was one of my favorite days on set. And you just saw the light in their eyes.
This is Sue Storm, and I used to be Reed Richards, Johnny Storm, and Bette Grimm.
The basic backstory is there was a film producer by the name of Bernd Eichinger, and Bernd had the rights, apart from Marvel, for the Fantastic Four, and he was going to lose the rights unless he went into production by a certain date. So he goes to Roger Corman and says, hey, I want to make this movie. Can you make this movie and make it right now and make it cheap? And Roger says, sure. We put together this $1 million movie, which for Corman was actually probably a very big budget at the time, but certainly not a budget that you need for a movie like the Fantastic Four.
They did a lot of things right in that movie, and I've had a conversation with all four of them. One of the things I think they did extremely well was the character relationships. It holds up. And you know, not every special effect on any movie holds up over time, but those were very real relationships that when we did our homework and we looked at the movie early on, we took note.
The phrase happy accident can come to mind to answer the question of why was the casting so good, especially under the gun in a situation that sort of needed to fit right away. The fact that we were given these roles relatively easily because they were under the gun allowed us to either trust ourselves or not. And part of the reluctant superhero dynamic of the dysfunctional Fantastic Four are embodied in the way the four of us worked with each other.
Everybody was so close to those characters. I'm the big, strong, protecting guy, right? Kind of innocent and kind of humble. And that's how Ben Grimm is. Reed Richards, Alex, is a natural leader. Johnny Storm, as you know, is just a bubbly, fiery dude. And Rebecca's always been a little shy, right? Reserved, and that's the Invisible Woman. So we just did ourselves. We all knew that we were working on the Fantastic Four, Marvel's flagship comic book, and so we all took it very seriously. And Ole Sesson, the director, got us all together for a pep talk right before we started shooting. And he said, gang, we know what we're doing. We know what we're up against, not having enough money for the effects that it needs to have. So let's focus on what we have control over. And he says, I'm gonna do my best as a director.